Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So Vogue just released their 2023 spring collection and I'm so excited to share with you my thoughts. I love doing these videos because I love seeing your comments. If you're not following me already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and you'll be able to see the poll results over on Instagram as well. I'll put the link in the description box below and you can go over and check out my Instagram account. So let's go ahead and get into today's video and look at some of these spring patterns from Vogue, and let's see what kind of potential these patterns have as well. So let's start with the Vogue V 1934. So this is a missus dress in two different lengths. It is rated for your average sewist, so intermediate to advanced. And it is figure flattering for your hourglass, your inverted triangle, and your triangle shapes. The description says that this is a dress with a collar stand, a yoke, front band that has a raised waistline, front buttons with bias loops, side seam pockets, an invisible zipper at the back of the dress, and then you have two different lengths for your dress. You have a short dress that is above the knee, and then you have a midi dress length, and then you have two different sleeve options as well. You also have for view A, it features a crosswise grain design, and that crosswise grain design is so that you can do like a double bordered print there. So honestly, I like this. I know it looks like it's a lot going on here. I really like the details of this. I love the fact that it has loops going down the center front of the garment. I think that's really good for individuals who don't necessarily want to get into doing bound buttonholes or buttonholes with a machine. I think the loops is an easier way. But even though this is for intermediate sewists, I feel like, you know, if you just don't want to be bothered with buttons, loops is definitely a really good way to go. I like the collar stand. I also love the sleeve. It has gathers on the sleeves. You have your two different length options. You have a long sleeve and you also have a short sleeve. You have a band at the lower edge of the shorter sleeve, which is really cute. I think you also have a band at the lower edge of the long sleeve as well. I like the two different lengths. I just love this. The only thing that I would probably modify is the band, the midriff type band in the middle section. I don't know if I would include that or not. It is cute, but I would have to see like on my frame and my body, just because I'm really short waisted and I don't really like to draw attention to my short waist because I also have a bigger bust. And I probably wouldn't want to add like a really thick waistband there, but we'll see how it works. I do like that at the bottom of the bodice there, it is gathered. And so that's really cute as well. I like this pattern and I would definitely consider getting it. I would definitely like to play with it in like maybe a white and black dotted fabric or some type of charmeuse fabric or any type of drapey rayon fabric. I think would be really cool. Let's see what the pattern calls for in terms of the fabric suggestions here. So fabric wise, we are looking at double bordered prints, poplin, sateen, linen blends, those types of fabrics. So it is more looking at your cotton or your natural type fibers, but I would definitely like to see this in a rayon as well. And I think probably could get away with doing this in a rayon. Next is the Vogue V 1939, which is Mrs. Tops. You have a loose fitting top that has gathered sleeves and button with bias loop front closure. View A is a cropped and elasticized waist. And it has front ties, 3/4 length sleeves with elastic hems. And then view B has long sleeves with cuffs, button and bias loop closure, and a continuous lap opening for your sleeve. And then you have the option to do lace trim as well. So it's saying that it is average. So again, your intermediate sewist. I like the cropped version and I like the detail in the top, but I would definitely have to really consider fabric choice. I haven't really thought of a fabric that will be good with this yet, but I really think your fabric choice is going to be key for this one. I have to say view B is a little bit too much for me with the lace trim going around the neckline and also, well, on the yoke and then also down the center front. That's a little bit too much for me, but I do like view B, and I meant view A, I'm sorry, view A, and I would consider giving this one a try as well. I'm not really much for crop these days, but this seems like it is a modest crop. I'm definitely okay with the type of crop that they're showing here on the model. Now for the sizes for both the dress and for this top, you're looking at size 8 to 16. So that's one group of sizes. And then the second group is 18 to 26. So you don't have like a huge size range there. But I mean, it's Vogue. Vogue usually has, they usually don't carry plus sizes very often. So that's what we're going to get for that. Then there's the Vogue V 1941. This is a missus skirt. At first glance, I was thinking, no, I don't like this. And I usually say no to asymmetrical skirts because I'm not really a fan of asymmetrical skirts. But this here, I think, is a really good easy sew. So it says that it is easy too on the pattern, and it is flatter figuring for your hourglass, your inverted triangle, and your triangle shapes. I really like this because even though it's an asymmetrical skirt, it's very different. I think, in my opinion, it has like a really curved, like a curved swoop at the front of the leg. And I think it's a different type of asymmetrical skirt. You know, you don't see like the pointed triangle type asymmetrical lines on this type of design, which I really like. And I think that's why I'm usually turned off with asymmetrical skirts, because I don't really like the pointed triangle designs. But this doesn't really have like that pointed triangle design, and I really like it. I think it's really fun. Again, it's supposed to be easy, and it says it's a full asymmetrical skirt cut on the cross grain, and it has a draped side split, faced hem, waistband, and visible zipper that's placed at the back of the garment, and you have length variations. So you can do a maxi length, and then there is a midi length as well. So I really like this, and again, I would consider giving this one a try as well. Vogue V 1940. I didn't really care much for this top, I'm going to be honest. I know we are having a lot of the big voluminous sleeves, like the really big ruffle sleeves, and also the cutout backs that are really trending this year. The last couple of years, we've been having sleeves and also cutouts trending. And you see both of those in this garment. That's not necessarily the reason why I don't like the garment. It seems a bit too much, especially for view, let's see here. I think that's view A, I guess. So view A and B are essentially the same. The only difference is basically the back. So the back of view A has like these gathers going down the back. You do have a cutout and a zipper in the back for view A, but you have those ruffles that extend from the front of the sleeve all the way in the back of the back sleeve as well. And so I don't really care much for that design. That's just my own thoughts and opinions, but looking at it objectively, I can see how it's on trend and how people are loving this. And then also for view B, like you don't have all those ruffles, which I think would be more favorable for someone like me because I don't really like a lot of ruffles. And so it has more of a gathered sleeve head and your big voluminous sleeves, and you do still have a cutout back and a zipper that's at the back. And then you also have this peplum design as well, which I think is really fun. So let's go ahead and read the description. So it is average, so it's going to be for your intermediate sewers, and it is for your hourglass, rectangle, and your triangle shapes. And see on here, it's not even saying that it is for figure flattering for me. I don't know why it's not saying that it's figure flattering for inverted triangles, because that is a shape that I think would be somewhat flattering on someone like me, like I said, that peplum is going to give like this illusion that you are more proportionate. So I think it would be fine. And then it has a V neckline, which is also good for someone like me who has a short neckline or short in the across the shoulders. So I think it would be, I would say it's figure flattering for those types of people as well. So it's saying that it is a lined empire waist crop top that is close fitting through the bust and have a deep V neckline with princess seams, a bow, baby hems, invisible zipper at the center back, and narrow scrap across the upper back. View A is sleeveless and has that gathered neckline, like I was telling you about. And then view B has balloon sleeves. This isn't something that I like personally, but I think it is, it's okay. It's decent. It's not one of their worst designs. I really do think it's fine, but it's not something that I would be purchasing. So Vogue V 1943. This is a Mrs. jacket and pants. Now, when I saw the jacket, at first I immediately thought no, just simply because I'm not someone who likes to show my shoulders and things of that nature. But looking at it objectively, again, I think it's very trendy. It's a really nice blazer. I think it's different. You don't see jackets that have like this cutout or this open shoulder line, which I think is really fun, and it's something unique and different. So I really like that about it. But it is double breasted, so again, someone like me would not look good in something that's double breasted. And then the pants. Wide leg pants are really making a comeback, and they are really trendy. We saw in the Simplicity spring collection and the early spring collection, we had a few wide leg pants as well. And I really do like them, to be honest with you. I think that they are fun and they are going to be somewhat easy to sew as well. So this pattern is rated as average, and it is figure flattering for your hourglass, inverted triangle, and triangle shapes. And the description says that it's an off-the-shoulder, double-breasted lined jacket, close fitting through the bust, has boning, fully interfaced body and long sleeves, semi-fitted high-rise pants that have a flare, and an invisible zipper at the back, and a hook and eye for your closure as well. And then you can get separate pattern pieces for cup sizes. So it has A, B, C, and D cup sizes for your jacket, which I think is also really nice for them to include into that. The sizes are 8 to 16 and 16 to 26. Okay, so the Vogue V 1942 Mrs. skirts, rated for your average sewist, figure flattering for your hourglass and your inverted triangle. Description says that it's a fitted skirt that has a raised waistline, waist facings, side front and side back seams, center back slot for your zipper, and then you have a stitched hem. View A has a contrast overlay with top stitching and purchase eyelet tape with your lacing, and then view B has front band with eyelets and lacing. So this, I mean, I feel like it's a decent pattern, but it's not anything like new, right? So we've seen garments like this before, where you have these skirts that have eyelets or have some type of drawstring or some type of lacing. So it's not, I would have liked to see something that is different and something that's new. This is definitely a design that I have seen before. The size range is 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. In terms of purchasing this, I don't think that I would purchase it personally. I've never really liked a lot of skirt patterns that have like eyelets and things of that nature. It does look pretty decent, I think, but it's just not something that I would actually wear. Next is the Vogue V 1933, which is a Mrs. shirt dress. I know it's really basic, but hear me out. There are some features on this pattern that I think are really cool. And I do like this shirt dress, even though we are seeing a lot of shirt dresses in some of these patterns. different collections, like the Simplicity Early Spring had a shirt dress, I believe, and then also the Simplicity Spring collection. And then we had one from McCall's last year that had a shirt dress. And so we are seeing a lot of shirt dresses, and shirt dresses are always going to be on trend, in my opinion. They're just never going to go out of style. But this one here is unique, and let me tell you why. But first, let me read the features of the pattern and everything. So it comes with 2 groups of sizes. So you have your 6 to 14 and your 16 to 24, rated for your average sewist. And it is figure flattering for all body types. And the description says that it's a button front A-line dress, loose fitting through the bust, has drop shoulders, collar, neckband, patch pockets, side slits, and length variations. Long sleeves have concealed button closure along underseam and button cuffs. So the unique thing about this pattern is those buttons on those concealed buttons on your sleeve. I think that this is a really great idea. Now, even though I feel like the concealed buttons, you're not going to really see them, I think it does make for a great pattern, because for someone like me who have bigger biceps, I think having those buttons there is going to allow for more room. I think the design is going to be a little bit more looser fit because they have those buttons down there. And then also, you have a drop shoulder. And so with most drop shoulder garments, I'm going to be able to fit those sleeves more comfortably than I would for a shoulder that is on the shoulder point, a garment that rests on your shoulder point. So I really do like this. I think it's basic, but also I think that the buttons add like a unique detail to it. And so I would definitely consider something like this. I think it's fun. And again, your fabric choice is going to be key. I happen to think that the fabrics that they chose for the model is spot on. I really love this bright yellow, and also this abstract print as well. Usually I don't like the fabrics that they choose for the models, but I really think that these are really cool. So next is the Vogue V 1937, which is a Mrs. Dress and Tunic. And this is by Sandra Batzina. And usually with some of her designs, I'm going to be honest, I don't really like most of her designs, but every now and then she'll come out with a design that I think, oh, wow, I really like that. And that's one of these designs. I think that it is a comfortable fit. And then also it's stylish. And so I really like this one as well. It comes in, so on the website, it's saying A, B, C, D, E, G, H, those sizes. So I don't know how they're basing these sizes, like how these sizes are. Yeah, I don't know exactly how those sizes are going to be calculator or anything like that. I would definitely have to go into the pattern and see like what the finished garment measurements for each of those letters. She's done this before with a pair of pants too, that I can't remember the pattern, but she's done this before, and it's really different when you see letters instead of numbers. So just keep that in mind. Like when you buy the pattern, make sure you open up the envelope, look and see if there's any actual numbers or finished measurements on the instructions. You might even want to check the tissue paper to see if there's finished garment measurements on the tissue paper, just simply because it's really hard to tell what size you fall in when it's A, B, C, D, when we haven't gone by that type of system. But anyway, so those are the letters that they are offering. And then it is rated for your average sewist, and it is figure flattering for all body types, which I really love. The description says it's a pleat front A-line dress or tunic that has back yoke. Dress has side seams, pockets, contrast collar and cuffs, and hem facings. The tunic has a lantern sleeve and also a contrast upper sleeve. The yoke is lined, so you have a yoke lining, and you have hem facings that is stitched to the outside. And you can also purchase trim to put on your garment as well. So again, I know that this is a basic design. It's saying that it's average, but I'm pretty sure, you know, advanced beginners can probably sew this as well, especially view A. For me, I like view A because it looks very basic and simple, and you can just use a fabric that is very bold and very bright, or like, you know, a print that is very elaborate, and use it for this type of style, which I think is really fun. Now, for the model, for the actual dress, not the tunic, I happen to love that fabric choice that they selected, and I think that they did a really great job in highlighting the potential that this pattern can have with that particular view. I love it because you have the contrast, black, you know, against the animal print there, so you can definitely see the potential there. And I absolutely love this. I think it would be very comfortable for individuals who love comfort but also style. Really, really good. I love it. Then there's the Vogue V 1935. Um, I I have mixed reviews on this one. I do. I have mixed reviews. Again, I don't really like asymmetrical skirts. That's just my thing. I don't like asymmetrical skirts, but at the same time, I can see cutting the pattern off, and not including like the asymmetrical part, and just having like a regular, you know, round hem, or kind of like a shirt tail hem or something like that. For this would be really cool. The size range is 8 to 16 and 16 to 26. It is figure flattering for your hourglass, inverted triangle, and triangle shapes, and it is for advanced sewists. The description says that it is a line dress with the bias cut bodice, has twisted scrap detail, and very loose fitting drape skirt. And the dress includes an invisible zipper and side seam pockets. I'm really conflicted and torn by that one. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think about that pattern. All right, so Vogue V 1936. So as I stated in the beginning of the video, we're seeing a lot of cutouts, whether it's around the waistline, in the back, or in the front, or on the side. We're seeing a lot of cutouts, and we're also seeing a lot of different shirt, dress, blazer type styles with collars, things like that, which I like. I do like collars, collar stands, and things of that nature. I don't really like this pattern. This isn't a pattern for me. It's a blazer dress with cutouts, and this just isn't a pattern that I actually like. And it could just be because I feel like it's not figure flattering for me. Now, in the description, it's saying that it's figure flattering for inverted triangles, but I just don't see this as being something that would be figure flattering for my body type. The pattern, it comes in size 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. It is for your advanced sewist, and it says that this dress has peak lapels, top stitching on the front seams, long two-piece sleeves with button trim, and shoulder pads. Dress features button closure at the waistline, a concealed button closure on the skirt, and then also waist cutouts, side seam pockets, and then you have length variations as well. It's just not a pattern that I actually like. Then we have the Vogue V 1938. So you have Mrs. Tops, and this is kind of like your corseted type top. You have you get sizes 8 to 16 or 18 to 26. It is for your average sewist, figure flattering for your hourglass, inverted triangle, and triangle shapes. It's saying that it is a lined, close-fitting corset top that has a fully interfaced body, boning, sweetheart neckline, hook and eye front closure. View A has above elbow length sleeves, and then View B has long sleeves. And then there's separate pattern pieces for your cup sizes. So you're getting your A, B, C, and D cup sizes. I don't know about this pattern either. It's unique, I think, but it's just not, it's not a pattern I would actually get. It's not a pattern I like either. It's not a pattern I like. It's not a pattern I would get either. So next we have the Vogue V 1944, which is a Mrs. Tops and Skirt pattern. And this pattern is very simple and basic, but I do like that they put different elements on this pattern. I do like the fact that the pattern has like these ties that go around your waistline, and then you have a crop top, or you have a at the waist skirt where you can actually showcase those ties, which is really cool and neat. I think I've seen this design in a couple other designs online as well. So I think it is pretty cool. You have sizes 4 to 12 and 14 to 22. It's rated for your average sewist, and it is figure flattering for your hourglass, inverted, and your triangle shapes. Description says that the tops have drop shoulders, collar and collar band, front button closure, and length variations. View A is a cropped top with darts ties that wrap around the waist. You have long sleeves with a button cuff and a placket for that view as well. And view B has short sleeves, stitched hems, and side slits. You have a bias cut skirt that's fitted at the hip and have waist ties, an invisible zipper, a closure, and hook and eye. It's not so different that it would make me want to go and purchase the pattern. It would be so easy to crop a top that you already have like this, like a button front top or a button up top. It would be so easy to crop it and add ties. It really would. And so this isn't something that I would like rush out to get. And then also for the skirt, same thing. We have a few different bias cut skirts that are for McCall's, I believe. And then I think we have a few in Simplicity as well. So it's not something that it would make me want to run out and go get it. I really do like the way that they styled the model in the red, and it almost makes you want to go get it. And then when you think about what you can actually do to achieve that look, you think, hold up, wait a minute. I could definitely achieve this look without going to go purchase another pattern. So again, it's really cute, but it's something that I won't be buying because it's something that I can actually easily create. And I'm sure you can too. Vogue V 1945. Mrs. Knit pants and leggings in 2 lengths. Now, I actually did like this one because of the leggings. It has a really cool detail, and each one of those different colored, let's see here, for view, which view is that? I think it's view D. For view D, for each of those colors that you are seeing that are separated by the previous color on those leggings, that's an actual pattern piece. And so I think that that is really cool, the way that they have the design of these leggings here. And then also you get a pullover top with it. Now I know we've seen a lot of these different pullover tops before, but I like the fact that it comes with the pattern. But at the same time, I think the showrunner here is the leggings, and I think that they are so cool. Very, very cool. It is advanced, and it is figure flattering for your hourglass, inverted triangle, and triangle shapes. The description says that this is a loose fitting cropped top with drop shoulders, long sleeves, rib knit trim, and optional crew neckline, or you could do a hoodie. The pants are high rise leggings, have spiral panels, waistband and elastic, stitched hems, and length variation. So you can do a long pair of leggings, or you can do some shorts as well. So again, I think that those leggings are pretty cool. You have all those different panels, and I think that is really, really cool. Next, we have a vintage pattern. This is the Vogue 1947-1970s vintage pattern. Come in sizes 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. It is supposed to be easy. So that's going to be for your beginners and advanced beginners. It says that it's figure flattering for your hourglass, all different body types, all body types. And then the description says that this is a vintage Vogue circa 1976 pattern, loose fitting, tent shape, sleeveless dress, below mid-knee or floor length, has front square neckline, attached bias cape, pockets inside of your front seams, and back zipper closure, self belt that holds the fullness at the waist. So it gathers in that fullness at the waistline there. I don't like the cape look. I really don't. I don't like the cape look. And then there's like this dropped waistline in the back. I don't really like this pattern. It looks good the way that they're presenting it on the envelope, but when you look at the style lines, I don't like that pattern at all. Sorry, not my cup of tea. And then lastly, we have the Vogue V 1946, which is men's jackets. I do love that they always throw a men's pattern in there, but I do think we need to be seeing more men's patterns. This is definitely something different. I think that it's unique for men. We are going more towards like these androgynous looks, which is really cool. I really like the peaked lapel on the top and the two different length options as well. I love that. I wish they would have included the pants with it, which I think would have also been really good, but they didn't include the pants. So you get sizes 34 to 40 and 40 to 46, and this is for your advanced sewists. And the description says loose fitting unlined jacket, has peaked lapel, shoulder pads, front extending to the side back, no side seams, welt pocket inside and outside, double vent back, length variations, and interfacing and you're having interfacing and lined 2-piece sleeves with button vent. So basically it's an interface lined sleeve that has 2 pieces for your front and back, and then you have a vent on it. So again, it's different. I do think that it's cool for men, but at the same time, I was hoping that they included the pants and then also a little bit more in terms of patterns for men as well, which we're not seeing very much, especially from Vogue. Vogue usually only drops about 1 to 2 patterns for men. I wish that they do a little bit more for men. That is the Vogue collection for 2023, the spring collection. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts were. I did mention some of the patterns that I will be considering throughout the video. I'll go ahead and put those here so you can see what they are. Again, these are just a few ideas I have at the moment as I am going through the next few weeks before Vogue have their next sale. I will definitely keep looking at these line arts and thinking about fabric choices and thinking about styles I can create and see like if there are other patterns that I would be willing to get. But for now, those are the patterns that I think that is an immediate yes for me. Another thing that I noticed about myself as well is that when somebody in the sewing community sews something, like at first I'm like, no, that's not a pattern that I actually would buy for myself. But when I see somebody in the sewing community sew it, either they hack it or they choose a specific type of fabric, or they're doing something very creative with that pattern. And then I can see the pattern's potential beyond the cover. And so, and that's something that I try to do throughout these videos as well, when I'm looking for styles and things like that. And I'm thinking about inspirations and what you can do with these patterns. I'm actually trying to look beyond the cover of the envelope and present like things that you can potentially do with these patterns. So I'm always willing to give most patterns a try, and I hope that you are too. Just keep your mind open and think of some things that you can actually do with these patterns, because some of these patterns have potential. So anyway, those are my thoughts for the Vogue spring collection. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear from you, and I hope you all have a happy and blessed Saturday, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.